Hi, everyone. This show is a vampire chronicle, but it is my vampire chronicle. And some rules may not be the same as you play them at home. We call these house rules. Anything you notice that may be different or maybe wrong by your standards is how I wanted to play the game. Just a friendly reminder, this is my table and these are my rules. Thank you.
The following is an exploration of personal horror created in real time. As such, the content herein may be deemed unsuitable for certain audiences. Viewer and listener discretion is advised.
Every night is the same in a sense. The sun goes down and darkness overtakes the city. But not every night feels the same. Some feel refreshing and free. Others feel claustrophobic and tight. There's a common idea amongst humans that the night is a different world. That the things you do then somehow aren't connected to your life during the day. That you lack responsibilities and can do whatever you want. When you live forever, though, if you're not careful, it can become boring. If it's the only thing you know, then with that comes a mundanity. Every night can't be exciting and full of pleasure. There are some nights where a job needs to be done, and there are some that are terrifying. Our coterie will find out what this night has in store for them in this episode of Private Nightmares. At the end of last night, you all were fleeing from the police. You had gotten the tape that you needed to get to remove any proof of the job you pulled, but in the process had caused a little bit of a ruckus. A gun was fired, police were alerted, but you managed to get to your cars and drive away. And after some creative driving, you made your way back to the theater, and from there, you went back to your havens for the night. Before that night is over, Eddie, would you please make me a rouse check? Make me 3 rouse checks to try and staunch the bleeding of the aggravated damage you took in your leg.
3 rouse checks. So 3 of the red die.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm taking one of yours.
What is your hunger currently?
2.
Okay.
No.
2 successes,
Great.
1 failure.
You heal 1 point of aggravated damage, which is all you can do during a particular day. and you get 1 point hungrier, so you were at 3.
Oh, God.
You end the night as the sun is rising, and while you can go out during the day and you can be active, you don't fall into the same sort of deep sleep that other kindred do. It doesn't feel good, and it still hurts. So unless there's a particular reason for you to do so, I'd suggest not doing it. Sleeping as a kindred is strange, to say the least. Your body doesn't need the same sleep as it did when you were alive. It's not that your muscles are tired and your body needs to refresh itself and your cells need to regenerate and all of the things that sleep is for. Your body just turns off. You become inert. You cease to exist. You stop living for a little while. So it's not restful. It's not comfortable. It's on and it's off. So when you wake up, it's like you blinked your eyes, but your eyes were closed for a long time and it was very cold. You all wake up the next morning and you will all need to make me a rouse check.
Succeed. Fail.
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 Succeed.
Anyone who succeeded does not get hungrier. Anyone who failed gets a mark hungrier. You are at 4 hunger.
4.
Oh.
Which I've never experienced.
Now I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you attempt to heal that last aggravated damage before you feed or not?
If I heal it, it's another rouse check. Is that correct?
Indeed.
It's
It's 3 more rouse checks.
3 more.
Ooh, aggravated.
No way.
I know better.
Boo.
Maybe later.
Okay, we are going to take a minute now, and each one of you is going to tell me individually how you feed for the evening. As all of you are around 2 or 3 hunger, you being 4,
What?
you are still at 1.
Good for you.
Nice.
But 1 hunger is still hungry.
Okay, stop.
You are never truly full unless you take the life of a living person. You have to drink all of their blood to be full. Otherwise, it never really goes away. Starting with Naomi. Please tell me how you feed.
I look for, I think I go to a bar. And I'm just looking for someone who seems kind of lonely, shy, non-threatening. And I want to do it gently and quickly.
Okay, make me a wits and awareness test.
You got it. That is 2 successes, both on the red die, ironically.
That's fine.
Good job.
Still successes. You look around this bar. Are you looking for male presenting or female presenting?
Whatever.
You find a man sitting in a booth by himself with a glass of whiskey in front of him. Just sitting. He has a book on the table, but he's not reading it. And seems to be just thinking. And it's from the condensation of the glass, you feel, with the rock in it, you feel as though he hasn't picked it up in a while.
Okay, I am gonna approach. What are you reading?
Oh, it's a self-help book.
Okay. What flavor?
I'm just trying to put things back together. I'm recently divorced.
It's going around these days.
Yeah.
I'm Val.
Val. Nice to meet you. I'm Patrick.
Patrick. Mind if I join you?
Sure, I guess. Yeah, you can sit there. It's
What are you drinking?
Whistle Pig whiskey.
Okay, cool. I'll go. Is it good? You like it?
Yeah, it's good.
Great. I'm gonna go order a whiskey and then come back.
Okay. You go to the bar. The bar's not particularly crowded. It doesn't take you any time to get the whiskey.
Yeah.
You come back to the table.
Whose fault was it? Or was it more of a mutual thing?
No, I mean it was. Both of us did things.
It's a mutual thing.
I mean, yeah, but the inciting incident was my fault.
What was it?
I don't.
Sorry, I just curiosity.
Roll me a charisma and persuasion check.
Quick, tell me how you fucked up so I can beat on you.
Yeah.
It's a
Give me that
part of it.
backstory. It's a part of it.
That's how we all date,
Two
right?
successes.
I was stupid. We both work in a medical profession and busy, didn't see each other a lot, and I was an idiot. Nothing.
Was it a nurse?
Yeah, nothing happened.
Okay.
It's just,
Emotional.
yeah.
I get it.
It was funny because it was like it blew up my marriage, and then it was nothing either. So
I get it.
why are you here?
Well, I kind of lost my job. So now I have a new one, and it's not going great.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the new one?
Well, it's like kind of like what I used to do, and then I quit, and then I got what I thought was a pretty good job, and then they fired me. And now I'm back to kind of doing what I was doing before. I'm a delivery driver. It's not very exciting.
Okay.
A lot of podcasts.
Yeah. Well, I can imagine. The roads are crazy.
Yeah, I don't love it. So I get a lot of time to just kind of think about what I did, you know.
Okay. Would you like to drink?
Yeah, it's good. So what are you trying to fix exactly? Sounds like you're pretty self-reflective.
I don't know. I just figured if I fucked things up that bad, I needed someone else to tell me what to do. You know, I'm good with facts. I'm good with science,
Yeah,
but emotions are hard.
I get that. I get that a lot. Do you want to feel better? Not good at a lot, but I can help.
Sure. Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna go into the bathroom and then
Oh.
meet you there in like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. Sweet. See you
He just
there.
kind of leans back in the booth and is just like. You go into the bathroom.
Yeah.
You wait there for a minute, and he eventually kind of like knocks on the door.
I kind of like hide and then I open it.
Okay, and
Cool. I lock the door. I
Okay.
turn the lights off.
okay,
And then I kiss him.
okay. He reciprocates.
And as I kind of kiss down his neck, I start biting.
Okay. Now you do have a particular thing.
I do. So I have to do additional rolls for that. It's medicine and, oh my gosh, what was the other?
Dexterity.
Dexterity. Medicine and dexterity, which
to
I
make
do.
sure you don't hurt him grievously.
Yes, that is the sloppy drinker situation. But I do have a good pool for that.
Your sister's a sloppy drinker.
I cannot.
She can get better.
Ghoul him. Keep him. I love him.
Just the one success.
Oh.
You bite into his neck. And the blood starts rushing into your mouth. It's wonderful, it's delicious, it's everything you could ever want. He is feeling it as well. The bite is incredibly pleasurable to mortals. It's the reason that vampires as a thing have survived for so long. And you start realizing that the blood is gushing a lot.
Okay.
It's a lot, and it keeps coming, and you keep drinking, and you're kind of lost in this moment of all of this sort of pouring down your throat, and then you realize, I have to stop. And for a moment, you were standing at the edge of a pit, and you were looking down. And there is something down there. You can't see it, but you feel it's there. And this blood is flowing and filling that pit. And you think that if you just keep drinking, it'll fill all the way to the top. And there won't be a hole anymore. And considering you got one success,
Yeah.
roll me all of your unspent willpower,
Okay.
which is, because you all woke up the next night, any superficial willpower damage you took the night before has been cleared.
Okay. All my remaining, so that's 5.
Okay?
Okay. Oh, wow. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Okay. You can feel you're draining the life from this person, and you're feeding, and then you snap back to your senses. And you catch it just in time.
Okay.
And you lick the wound closed. And you lay him down as he's in this stupor. And what do you do?
Well, I turn the lights back on to see what the stain situation is.
He is got some of it running down his shirt.
He's got red on him.
You've got red on him. You have some on you.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Okay, what do we do? What do we do? I think I immediately go to the sink, get water. Cause like if you get it quick, you can get most of it out with water, yeah. So I think I grab a bunch of paper towels, I run it under the water, and I just like try to just dab as much stain.
Off of him or
Off
you?
of him, off of me.
Let me see. Your goal here is to clean the blood so that no one enough that no one would notice.
Yeah. And that he doesn't know.
Okay, I'm gonna say go ahead and make me a charisma
Okay.
and subterfuge.
Yeah, that's a good pool.
Wow.
And then, yeah, okay. Oh, get out of there, you. Oh, yeah, just keep all that stuff out. 3 successes.
Okay. You take the paper towels. You blot the blood. You wipe it off his face. You kind of hide the stained parts of his shirt underneath his jacket. You clean yourself up to the best of your ability. Do you leave him there?
No. No. No, I don't. I think I pick him up. I pick him up and I don't know what to do.
You don't have to do anything. You can leave him there.
I don't want to leave him there. That would be so much worse.
Where are you gonna take him?
I mean, we are in a bar, so I could just say he got really drunk.
Yeah, just leave him there.
No, not in the bathroom. That's rude. I take out his wallet and I look for his ID or his address.
He has an ID.
Okay, does it have his address on it?
Yes, it has his address.
Okay, cool. I think
You also, as you pull the ID out of his
like wallet.
his wallet, an ID card also falls out that's for the hospital in the area, and he is a pediatric surgeon.
Patrick! What are you doing at this bar?
Get your shit together.
Okay. So I put those back.
He has to grieve his emotional affair with a fling, and it's happening.
Yes.
happening.
I clock the address. I go out. I grab his stuff. I pick him up, and I put him in my car, and I drive him home.
Okay, make me a strength and stealth check
Okay. That's
to
not a good
convincingly carry this person out of a bar.
pull. Okay.
We go from sloggy
Strength.
eater to messy eater.
Yeah. It's
There's
just
a
I
difference.
love this. Knows about a divorce, drives him directly back to his ex-wife.
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
What address is on that? Whose address is on
What if he
that?
moved out?
What if he didn't? What if he
updated
still has
his
his old
old
He
address?
updated his ID since the divorce?
probably not.
This is
Okay,
great.
so
Patrick's
He
life
kept
just
the
got way
house.
better. Just kidding. We
it's a regular success, but a bestial failure on the hunger die.
It's okay, as long as you had a success, that bestial failure die does not count.
Okay.
But you had one success. So you somewhat convincingly carry him
He's
out
drunk
of the
and
bar.
bigger than me. Oh.
You get him out to your car,
Okay.
and you drive him back to his house. Where do you put him?
Great question. I picked the lock of his
Yes.
house.
With the bacon?
Bacon time.
Bacon time.
Roll me a dex
Okay.
and larceny check.
That's a good pool for me.
But it would be rude to leave him in the
Dexterity
bathroom.
Right.
I know, right?
So much worse.
Take his stuff and break
Wait
it.
till we find out if he has a really
Oh my
angry
gosh.
dog. A really aggressive poodle.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
No, they're both doctors. They don't
have time for
One,
it.
two,
Animals.
three, four. 4 successes.
You very quickly manage to pick the lock.
Checking for security system, checking for alarm.
You don't see anything.
Okay.
There's not a ring doorbell?
Just open
Yeah, he
put him
doesn't
in
have
shut.
ring. He's a medical professional.
Yes, there is a ring doorbell on the door.
Oh my god.
Okay,
that's why he's staring
I
at
go
you.
like under it.
Okay. Do you just flop him in the front door?
I take him inside and I find the nearest couch.
There is a couch relatively close to the front door.
Okay. Yeah.
You take him inside?
I take him inside. I put the book on the coffee table if there's a coffee table. I put a blanket over him and I lock it from the inside, pull it closed, and I leave.
You close the door and you're walking away, and from the ring camera you hear,
Yes.
Hello. I'm the Uber driver. Just dropping him off. He was drinking too much, so yeah. Just want to make sure he got inside. Okay, he just drank a little bit too much. He kind of fell asleep in the back of my car.
Thanks, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, no problem. I think his car's probably still parked at the bar, so he'll probably just have to come back and get it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yep.
Please leave. Thank
Yep,
you.
no problem. Bye.
Rate 5 stars.
And I'm gone.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Eddie,
Yeah.
how do you feed?
How don't I feed? I'm very hungry.
You are very hungry. You are at 4 hunger. What's your haven like? Do you have an apartment?
Yeah. I have an
Okay.
apartment.
You wake up in your apartment and you are starving. You've never been this hungry before. You smell everything. Every little bit of blood that exists in your general vicinity, you can smell it. Anything on the street that has been shed, any little drop, and you are starving. You can feel the pit in your stomach that is always there, widening. It feels like it's pulling the inside of you down. And you can feel, almost hear, whispering. Just at the edge of your hearing. You need to eat. Where do you go? What do you do?
I am moving with this kind of very one-track mind thing. What clicks for me is I need to eat and I need to get easy prey.
Yeah.
So there's bars nearby where I live,
Absolutely.
and I'm gonna turn the corner and beeline to where there's this bar with an alley adjacent to it, which is where people go to take their smoke breaks.
Okay.
And I'm gonna linger in the alleyway, clock the people that are there that are smoking,
Okay.
and I'm going to lock onto the person that's alone and hopefully lonely.
Okay. Make me a wits plus alertness. The bar is called Chimney Sweep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's what could have been.
I know. I was like, where is it?
Covered so many red dice.
Now, that's 2 successes.
Nice.
Yep. 2 successes.
Uh-huh. Let them count.
You don't count.
You're looking at this group of people outside. There's kind of a side, like the front of the bar is right on the sidewalk. But there is an alley that goes around the side that kind of has a door that exits into kind of a smoking area that people hang out on the side alley there. You peek your head around the corner and you look. Not conspicuously, you just kind of like lean in,
Just check them out.
check them out.
Do a little
You see some people talking. Definitely a couple on kind of a date that are out there having a cigarette, but they're very intent on each other and not watching. And there is a woman there with a cigarette just kind of hanging out the side of her mouth, and she's just kind of looking up at the sky.
Ah, I love that sigh. Universal sign of distress. I am not necessarily going in for her. I'm still looking out at everybody else. What I really need to see is I'm gonna put myself in her line of sight,
Okay.
and I'm gonna see if she looks at me. And I want to see how quickly she looks away.
Yes.
And I'm gonna make sure eye contact happens.
Make me
Oh.
charisma and persuasion.
And you're beautiful.
And you're
Die bonus. You get 3 die
I get 3 extra die.
bonus. Yeah.
So
Oh, wow.
charisma and persuasion.
Yeah.
I'm rolling 10 die.
Still 4 hunger die.
And 400.
Yeah, you
1, 2, 3,
do.
4, 6. This is going to be confusing. So I
Yeah,
gotta take these guys out.
The other boy's out of the pool.
That's gonna confuse
Swim
you.
time. It's adult
They
swim.
live somewhere
Yeah.
else.
Adult swim.
Drop
Only
the
beautiful
kids off
boys
at
in
the pool.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
Unreal.
Okay. You position yourself at the end of the alley. Kind of lean up against the wall, and you make sure you're in direct eye line with her.
Mm-hmm.
And she's there, and she's looking up, and she's like, she is. Her cigarette is lit, but she's not like it's just kind of hanging there. She looks at you, and then immediately just goes,
That's my cue. I very casually, almost boyishly, playfully, I will go up to her and I kind of sit next to her and I say, hi. I was
Perfect.
I was supposed to meet some friends here and they never showed up and I'm here alone. And it looks like you might be too.
"Yeah, hi. I am."
My name is Matt, and I'll extend a hand.
Vanessa.
And I will hold it for an extra half second. And as I let it go, I absolutely let my fingers slide up her.
I'm fine. I'm
I
normal.
didn't
I'm
see-
actually
this
so
works.
fine and normal. We're so good at normal.
It's fine, it's
actually.
fine.
It's fine.
And
Continue.
as that happens, I will regard the cigarette that's kind of dangling in her mouth, and I say, I used to smoke, but,
You don't anymore?
well, I quit.
Probably
But
better.
the urge never goes away. Part of the reason why I like to hang out where the smokers are is because I kind of, I don't know.
See, that's just why you don't stop. If it never goes away, then why bother stopping?
You make a very good point. Why bother stopping?
So your friends just abandoned you?
Well, yeah, you know, it's LA.
Sorry.
That's gonna end up on overheard in LA Twitter.
Yeah, I guess you got a point. Yeah.
What were you looking up at just now? And I'll look up. Is it a clear night?
Yes, but the way you see the night and the way she sees the night are very different. Yeah. You see Starry Night by Van Gogh while they just see stars. You look up where they were looking and the night is bright, it is beautiful, it is a swirling mix of colors and feelings. And she's like, I don't know, I was just looking at the stars.
You're looking at stars.
Yeah. You know, what else am I gonna look at? Those two over there? No.
I'll look up just momentarily and I'll point over in this sort of patch of sky and I say, do you know how to tell the difference between a planet and a star? I think that might be, you know what? It's actually, this is not really a good look. And I'll grab a good vantage point. I'll grab her hand and I'll kind of move her down the alleyway a little bit further. I think it's Jupiter.
Could be, I guess. I don't really know. I'm not like into astrology or anything.
And astrology.
She's not from here.
Yeah.
She's from Des Moines. Sorry.
And we'll kind of move her a little bit out of the light and closer into the alley and still looking up. And I then move to meet her eyes.
Okay. Roll me another charisma and persuasion check
Let's go. Good luck with this Capricorn.
to like really hook
Such a Capricorn.
hook this fish.
Who, me?
So my
No, this person
Vanessa.
who's not into astrology.
You are a Capricorn.
I'm an actual Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn with a Scorpio moon.
There we go. Ah! Incredible. We have to go back to that later.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. Yeah, that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
You meet back. She's like, you bring her over to where you are. You've got her by the hand. You look up at the sky. You're pointing, and you move your head down and you look and you meet her eyes, and she's looking at you.
And I ask her, you're not from LA, are you?
No, I'm not. But what are you doing? You can tell, despite her protests, she is interested and just doesn't know how to like. Is suspicious, but also interested.
I just really need to have a magic moment with a stranger. This town will do that to you.
Okay.
And I'll move closer to her, and I smell her, and I know I smell. Blood probably just fills my nostrils, but what I tell her is, you smell good. What is that? And then I move closer and kind of, I grab her hand, and is her cigarette in her hand?
It was hanging out the side of her mouth, but she has since moved it into her, whatever hand you are on the opposite side of.
I'm moving to the hand that has the cigarette.
Okay. Right hand.
And I am then getting closer to her neck, and I smell it, and I say, whatever it is, your perfume or your whatever that is, but mixed with the cigarettes, it smells kind of.
Some shit from CVS. Like, she's like, you can smell that she, like, despite her like knowledge that this is probably bullshit and that she is just like, whatever, fuck it. Like, it's just
Gotta go along with the magic moment.
I'm going to get closer to her lips. My hand is on her hand that has the cigarette in it, and I go to almost kiss her.
Yeah.
Instead, I bring the hand with the cigarette to her lips.
Yeah.
Put the cigarette in her mouth, and I whisper in her ear, just take one drag.
Yeah.
And as I see the ash on the cigarette light up, I'm going to take a bite.
Okay.
I have to go. have to go.
You bite into her neck. And it is a rush. It is a intoxicating concoction of blood and smoke. She's smoking cloves, so it's got this kind of clove sweetness mixed in with the blood. And it just is the most wonderful thing you've ever tasted. She does you hear right before you kind of cease to exist to the outside world, you hear a sharp like, as you bite into her neck. And the smoke and the blood rushes into your mouth and you are gone. You are in the place you go when you are feeding, and it's so dark there. It is deep and it is dry, and you need this blood. You need this blood so that you can live, and you need to fill the emptiness inside of you. So you keep drinking, and the pool keeps filling, and you are right on the edge, and you can almost see what's down there. And it feels cold and empty, and the only thing that will fill it is the hot blood that is gushing from this woman. How much do you drink?
I know what the danger is when you fill up, but I have never been this hungry.
You have not.
So part of me is trying to have restraint, but there is this other primal side, and I don't know. Can I roll?
Make a willpower roll.
This game is fun.
One success.
Okay.
One success. You're drinking this blood, and you've known about kindred and kindred life for much longer than your companions have. And you never really understood exactly what it would be like. And the only thing you would subsist off of would be blood. And none, your sire, no other kindred you met during that time was ever able to accurately describe what this felt like and how it tasted. And the texture and the way it warms your whole body as it goes down. And you keep drinking and drinking. And you are lost in your own head and the trying to fill this pit inside of you. And then right at the last second, this thought enters your mind that there's people 10 feet away from me. I have to stop. I have to stop.
I'm gonna try to stop if that's what's playing in my head.
With
again
that
and
one
again.
success, you manage to just pull yourself away from drinking her dry. She's breathing, but she is not really conscious.
What has happened
She's-
to her?
You are not a sloppy drinker, as our other friend is, so there's just 2 holes and a little bit of blood that you can easily clean.
I'm let none of that go to waste. I'm going to lick the blood.
As you do, she is still standing, but she is definitely leaning against the wall and very wobbly.
I'm going to take her arm, put it around me, and I'm gonna grab the cigarette. If it starts to look like it's about to fall, I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna hold it in my hands just so I can have that feeling.
Okay.
And I'm going to help her back to the bar.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go up to a group of women and just basically take her to them and say, hey, I'm sorry, I met this gal outside having to smoke. She seems like she's had a lot to drink. I don't want to leave her alone.
Yeah.
Can you just watch over her? Her friends are probably gonna come back any second.
Wow.
Make me a manipulation and subterfuge check.
Let's go.
1, 2. Thank God I get extra die, because I don't have
And
a lot of
I gotta get some investigation going.
All right.
Do it.
1 success.
The women at the table take a minute and they look you up and down. And they can't tell if whether you are to be trusted because of your hotness or if you're dangerous because of your hotness.
The
Both.
the hot person's dilemma.
Yeah.
And you're up against the board of directors.
And finally, one of them goes, "Okay, yeah, just here, leave her here with us. We'll find her friends. Thanks." And very much like, "Okay, fuck off. Like, leave her alone."
I absolutely receive that and like really I look away, I break eye contact, I'm very apologetic, and I say just like, I really appreciate that. Thank you. Have a good night. And
Thanks.
turn to leave.
And you hear one of them being like, "We gotta find these girls' friends now." Like, just
Yeah, well, our night just got so complicated.
Yeah.
and you leave the bar.
I have the clove in my hand,
Yeah.
and I just let the smoke of it. I don't smoke it,
Yeah.
but I just let the smoke linger around me.
As Thin Bloods, you are all considered to have Blush of Life kind of activated all the time. So if you wanted to, you could smoke it.
Do really want to,
Okay.
but I don't.
Okay.
He quit.
Wow.
He said it.
Yeah.
All right. Jade.
Yeah. Okay. What time of day is this? When
Uh,
do we
it
wake
is-
up?
it
What
is-
does that mean? What time of day?
It is just after sunset, so I'd say around 7 o'clock.
Okay.
They don't lock the back door until 10.
Okay.
I'm at a window. It's game night.
Okay.
And if I don't move, they don't see me.
Yeah. You're sitting outside the window, doing your best not to move. The funny thing is after you became kindred, this became so much easier. You don't have to move, you don't have to breathe. You can just be still. And no one ever sees you if you're quiet and you're still. You can watch all you want. The game is going on the TV, and they're in there. These people you're close to, this family. And you're out there, and you're waiting, and you're just spending time with your family. Some time passes. They start to get ready for bed, doing some dishes, getting ready, getting into bed, turning off the lights, and everything's quiet.
I take some dog treats and place it in the food bowl as I walk upstairs.
You pay your tax. Yes.
And I'm at their door and I just watch until I know when their breath goes a little bit slower.
You watch them do the thing you don't do anymore, which is slowly fall asleep. And you see when their breath becomes a rhythm and they start going limp.
Her wrist is hanging over the edge of the bed.
It is.
And I remember even as a kid, that's when anything not within the perimeter of the bed is fair game.
Oh.
For the monsters to come and get you. So that's why you gotta stay tucked in.
No. They didn't learn that lesson.
Why don't they grow?
Unfortunately, you don't know why, but they haven't yet. It does make this difficult. You thought when you became a kindred, you would get these big, shining fangs, but you didn't. But you gotta work with what you got.
Try to slice open just a little bit. Because I'm not that hungry, but I want to practice closing it, like Eddie is teaching us.
You slice a little bit, and then you clamp your mouth over it. Otherwise, they'll wake up. And you drink a little bit. You weren't too hungry, but you're always a little hungry. And you hear the deep rumbling from down in the pit as the blood flows into it. There's always asking for more. And no matter how much you put in there, it never gets full. You finish just taking a little bit. And you practice closing up the wound. Proof.
I tuck her wrist back onto the safety part of the bed.
You make sure the other monsters can't get to her.
Yeah. And I go up into the attic.
Okay. Make me a Dex and Stealth roll to make sure you don't disturb anyone.
3 successes.
Let's go.
Okay. You get up there, no problem. You slide into the attic, making no noise. And you spend some time up there, knowing you are free to leave whenever you want, but you can always come home. Gable,
Yes.
how do you feel?
So, Gable wakes up this evening and is feeling the hunger, is feeling something else too. So he pulls out his phone and goes into his contacts and hits up Gustavo. Hey, Gus, I need to move a bit. Pas de deux?
Absolutely.
Usual place.
Got it. See you soon.
And I go to where I used to work, but I still have a key. And they lock up, but I get to have this entire dance studio to myself.
Yeah, you absolutely do.
I get to admire myself in the large mirrors. Get to spend some time shaking all the stress out of my body. Until Gus Gus.
Hey, Gable.
Hey,
How you doing?
I've been better. But we don't have to talk.
Not at all.
And then we both join in a partnership of movement. We improvise our movements based off of the point of contact. For instance, my wrist touches their shoulder. My arm moves in one way, forcing them to move another. And we move together, finding a new point of contact and changing how our bodies move.
And you spend this time having this connection and this improvisational movement and feeling with Gus Gus.
At one point, I lift them and set them down, and they lift me. And I feel that freedom, that suspension. And we fall.
A moment of weightlessness to remove the problems of the last couple of nights.
Then it gets down to it. Our touch becomes more intentional, and we slip into a familiar pattern. I know that my teeth aren't the sharpest, so I've developed something. These rings that I wear, when I snap them, a small blade appears, and I use that to pierce a small hole into Gus's neck. This, of course, has happened previously, and we worked through it.
Yeah.
But it's here on the floor, after expending our energy, that I feed.
You do indeed. You take this small cut that you've made in a moment that is now common, and you let the blood flow, and it is wonderful. It is pleasurable for both you and Gus. It is a consensual thing and something you have become, both of you, accustomed to. And as you drink, you fill the emptiness inside of you, at least as far as hunger is concerned. And you drink, and you drink. But you are not the hungriest you've ever been, but you are still very hungry. And so you drink. You have to take in a little more than you usually like to. You don't want to hurt him.
Stop! I have to go.
Okay, Gabe. That's fine.
And I leave.
See ya, I guess.
Oh, dang.
And you leave. Katie, how do you feel?
I don't.
Okay. You choose not to feed. And that's fine. You can make that choice.
Not yet.
So, you all eventually make your way back to the theater, which is generally where you meet up at night. You don't have anything on the books this particular evening, but it's good to have a moment to check in. You have formed this group, and you do occasionally get messages that are dropped off here, or people who come calling looking for you. And this is, considering that it is hard for you all to keep jobs during the day now, so you make your money most of the time. You get there and you do find that there is an envelope sealed in the mailbox. with cash in it from your job from the previous night, and a note from Robert. So, I looked into your little problem. Come to find out, someone got the tapes. Not the police, but someone else. Funny how that works. Next time, you try and take care of a problem by yourselves, a problem I said I would look into, be less messy. But for some reason, you got lucky. I'll take that as a win. I'll contact you if I got anything else for you. Whew. But you got paid.
Hey.
Since I didn't spend the early part of the night feeding, and because Katie is so tethered in the world, I'm happy to go run our cat. Like, I leave our normal tithe to the petty cash that we keep at the theater
Right.
that everyone has access to.
Yeah.
And we have a joint account.
A joint account for all of us, yeah.
So I'm running errands. And
Nice.
I leave the note out for everyone.
Great.
Nice.
You all take your time doing your errands. You do your keeping up with your things. You do have at the theater, that kind of out back, what is, for anyone who needs it, a cobbled together group of items that serves as the place where, if you should require it, you can refill any sort of alchemical concoctions that you have created. Now, all of you are engaging in a new science, something that is growing in the Thin Blood community, something that mixes backyard chemistry and vampiric gumption together to make your own magic. You, as Thin Bloods, don't have access really to the powers that other kindred have. At least that you've heard, you don't. You've met very few actual kindred. But you have found this way to make some of your own. And that's exciting. And it's fun, and experimenting is thrilling. You're doing your errands. Is there anything else any business anyone has to take care of?
Who is the first person to get to the theater? I'm just curious about the order that we come back in.
Okay.
You were there, but then you did. Are you back by the time we start to get back, or are you still out?
I mean, y'all had
I
things
took
to
time.
do.
Things to do.
Yeah.
Mine took a moment.
Yeah.
I'd say Katie gets there, takes the money, does the thing, goes out, does errands while you all are doing your thing. About 11:30 midnight, most of you show up around that, between that, in that half-hour span,
Okay.
you all show up to the theater.
Yeah.
So, something on my mind. First of all, go team. We got the job. Got the job done.
Did.
That note was
Yes.
passive aggressive, though. Robert can tone it down. Jeez.
Tell him
He's trying to
it
teach
is.
us and remind us of our place,
Okay.
I guess, for better or for worse. At some point tonight, I do want to, unless we get an assignment of some sort, I want to try to find my sire, who's gone missing.
What?
What do you mean?
Do you still talk to him?
No, not really. But he's. We were close. We were very close, and he taught me a lot. In fact, I was his ghoul. Which, do you know what that means?
No.
I actually don't know what that means either.
Is that like an ex?
Or like a ghost?
No, feels sort of closer to an ex in a way. A kindred could take a mortal under their wing, and with a little bit of, you get to consume a little bit of them at their discretion, and it can give you some of their power. And it basically is a way that they recruit you. At least,
I guess it works.
done.
Yeah.
Well, we had a certain arrangement, and I think that we had a really unique kind of friendship, but I suspect that the blood involved in that exchange is meant to make you feel like that's the case.
Got it.
It is.
Was it only blood?
Was it what?
Is it
Only blood.
Were there some feelings in there?
Or other fluids?
Or
I don't care
other
about your
fluids?
feelings.
You don't have to tell me that
Yeah,
part.
there was. There was. That's okay.
Even though you all are somewhat still human, still only one fluid that matters.
Wow. Wow.
I just came back from a really intense feed. I had never been that hungry before, and that person is who taught me how to feed.
Oh.
And I think of him every time I do it because I know that I do it just like him.
But how do you know that he's missing?
I don't know if he's missing. I know he took off. And I don't
Do you think he wants to be found?
think he wants to be found now, but I think at some point he'll want to come back. And I'm just curious if he has. So I'm gonna wanna take a peek at where I know he used to be.
Okay.
Did you want backup or something? Like,
I don't know. I mean, it's not, I don't want that now. I don't know even why I shared all that, but
Did they leave you a note?
no. They just left. They didn't need to leave me a note. The look in their eyes and what they said before they left told me everything I needed to know.
What did it tell you?
It told me that he was unhappy with how I turned out.
because you were a thin blood? That sucks.
Yeah.
You should not talk to him anymore.
I mean, I don't think that he looked at me like I was disgusting. I think he looked at me like he's the one that fucked up.
Still.
What would you have been?
But what?
What would you have been if not?
I would have been a bruja. And my sire is a bruja that never wanted to be a bruja and hated himself for being one.
Okay, and sorry, you want to talk to this person again. Why?
Because he's full of vitae and feelings.
You hear the word bruja, not really knowing what that entails or what that
Not
means.
at all. That's
But
Spanish
you're just
for
like,
Witch? Yeah. So
It's like,
magical.
cool, that one. That's basically what it means to you.
Eddie, are we bad?
Huh?
Are we bad?
Like, are we not?
Inherently?
I mean, are we wrong?
No,
Are
we're
we
not
like-
wrong. No, no, no.
Like premature babies or something?
well, I think we're babies. And
Right.
We're finding our way, but I don't think there's nothing wrong. I think we're beyond right.
And that's why any other kindred we meet is so nice to us.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? What do you think?
Well, if your own sire didn't like how you turned out.
Wow, that's his problem.
Did your sire? Do you all know your sires?
No, not really.
I don't have a relationship with them.
I knew him before. I haven't really talked to him since.
Your sisters,
Yeah,
different sires?
yeah.
Half sisters. Different sires.
I get it.
Mine is some girl in a bathroom in a club. We didn't talk
Oof.
after.
Yeah.
How long? Who was first?
Yeah.
And how much time in between?
A couple months. Yeah.
Wow. You don't
That's
think that's weird?
Did you know about this world?
No.
We hadn't talked in years.
But you're so close now.
I know.
Who else do we have?
You're right.
You have a moment where your kids' faces flash through your mind.
I don't think it's that weird. I mean, if you think about it, we all get hungry pretty often, and I know you guys go and hunt all the time. I mean, it's got to be pretty. I mean, why aren't there more of us?
It takes a little bit to try to make. Well, here's why. You making someone into what we are isn't is easier said than done.
Oh.
But also, there's a power play always in this world. The more of us there are, the more resources have to get spread. And there's a lot of turf wars. There's a lot of competition for those resources. And
It sounds a bit like propaganda that a kindred is feeding to a ghoul. Just wanted to say, oh, we can't turn you now. There's not enough resources. Oh.
yeah, yeah, maybe.
Just saying.
Yeah, maybe. I don't think that the kindred that are, I don't know what to call them. I don't want to call them full kindred. I don't want to demean ourselves. But those ones that are of an older generation, I think most of them are full of shit.
Not your sire.
No, I think that he's full of shit. I just think that he has no idea that he is.
That makes sense. I get that.
Yeah, it was very strange.
Mom,
So
if you want to go find him.
I don't know. I guess I
You
miss
get
him.
You
a
miss him.
ping on your Discord, all of you.
I do not. I have Discord notifications silenced because it is a confusing program to use.
I look it up.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Huh? What's happening?
It says
Oh, we got a
there's a
Discord.
message from Robert.
What does it say? No, what
And
does
it
it
says,
say?
Okay,
Right.
yeah. What does it say?
hey, got a last minute job for you. I need you to go to this address. And all you need to do is hang out there for the night.
Tonight?
Tonight.
Did you have plans?
It says tonight. It's like, no.
All you need to do is make sure a specific crate doesn't get fucked with.
Got it.
Okay.
Protect.
Just hang out there till the sunrise, then get out of there. That's all. You'll be paid.
Okay.
Hold.
Yeah.
We are allowed to ask him for some more information, like who is he anticipating is going to be there to try to take it?
Do you respond back?
Yeah, potential threats, question mark?
Not that I'm aware of. I was just given a job that I'm passing on to you. Most likely nothing will happen. They just want security detail on that spot to watch it over it all night.
Who gave you the job?
That is not any of your business.
Oh.
And then I do the thumbs up.
Quick housekeeping thing. My character has the ability, a taste for blood from blood sorcery. When I was feeding earlier, what resonance did the blood have?
Yes, the sanguine.
Sanguine, thank you.
And yes.
Will we have to watch till sunrise? Does anything happen? I mean, obviously we can be in the sun, but does anything happen?
You will, prolonged exposure to the sun will cause you damage. It will
Okay.
not kill you.
Cool.
I mean, eventually, if you stood in
yeah,
the sun for a long
for a
time, but
while.
you are fully capable of being there till sunrise and getting home safely.
Okay.
And with that, we will take our break.
Hi, I'm Ayana Barron. You probably just saw me crying my eyes out, probably. But it's okay. We're just gonna take a second. And you know what we're gonna do is we're gonna just take a little detour, a little walk down this wandering path. Misha, What are you doing here?
Hi, I'm Misha Stanton. I'm GM of the podcast The Wandering Path, also featuring Mayana.
Yes. What is that, Misha?
Well, The Wandering Path is an actual play podcast, and we're putting complex characters, resonant themes, and engaging new game mechanics at the heart of immersive audio adventures. Our first season takes place in a city called New Prosper, where magic comes at a cost. There are 4 friends, one of which played by Mayana, drawn together by an ominous vision to uncover a magical conspiracy at the heart of a fantastical post-war metropolis. And while attempting to navigate their mundane young adult lives, they find themselves pitted against an unknown supernatural force that not everyone can remember as it's happening. Can they stop whatever's coming before it all comes down?
We don't know.
We'll find out. It's going to be a long and wandering path. Listen, if you like Final Fantasy VII, if you like Legend of Korra, if you like Full Metal Alchemist, if you like coming-of-age animes or rad stories of that nature, urban fantasy, please come check us out. We're at wanderingpathpod.com or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Thank you so much for going on this little detour on the Wandering Path with us. And now it's time to get back to your regularly scheduled Private Nightmares programming.
Hey, so this is where we would normally put sponsors and things like that, but as a lot of you know, the sponsor is you guys through our Patreon channel. If you are a Patreon member, thank you very, very much. We could not have done this without you. And if you're not, you can go join the Patreon at patreon.com/Project Ghostlight. Patreon members get things like early access to VODs, the Top Shelf podcast with myself and Alex, and Patreon members have special insight into the characters within Private Nightmares because there's been prologue content and behind the scenes that is exclusive to Patreon. So once again, if you're already a member, thank you so much. And if you're not, you can just go to this link and join. Thanks, guys.
So, you have received another job for tonight.
Okay.
From a contact that you have, Robert, who is becoming a regular intermediary between you and people looking to get things done.
If I got turned into a full-fat barista blend Nosferatu, I'd walk into the sun. So I like being
Wow.
Wow. Do you say that out loud to the group?
Wow.
Yeah.
While we're like discording with
Katie.
Robert. What? Katie, his face is bad.
Katie, you can't just say
True.
you walk into the sun.
Into the
You were-
sun.
Katie.
I'd get a tan.
No.
Tan on day
Stop.
2.
You can't leave Robert alone.
He is fascinating.
He's
as a-
beautiful in his own way.
You told him well, you didn't tell him, but
I
you
did
said.
not, and you're not going to tell him I said shit.
I didn't say nothing. I'm just
Would
saying
you?
we all
Would
heard
you?
what you
Would
said.
Would
Yeah.
You would?
I would tell him you need some lotion. Yeah.
No, I mean,
What
would
lotion?
you?
What lotion?
Some Jergens, just to like help out with
Anything,
What do you
right?
think Jergens does?
anything,
No,
just
I
some
meant-
moisture.
I meant, would you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Robert can get it.
Wait, whoever's still talking to Robert in the Discord, can you ask him if we're supposed to be visible or subtly watching it?
Yeah, like subtle or
Oh, he's not going to.
Guards.
yeah, subtle or security, air quotes.
Yeah.
Or like quotation marks.
Take how normally subtle you are and raise it by 10%.
Got it.
Subtle.
Subtle. Quiet as a church mouse. And then a little mouse emoji. Perfect.
And then tell him.
Is that a rat?
He should try that.
That's the response.
Is that a rat? No, it's a mouse.
That'll work way better.
Oh, speaking of church mouse, I thought of a joke.
Oh,
Joke?
go for it.
Go for it.
For the group. Come on.
You got to stand up when you do comedy.
Yeah, I
We
wheel
want
out
physical comedy.
one of the mic stands from behind stage.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna be just you, but that's okay. What did the disgruntled nun say to the other nun?
What?
None of your business.
Oh, wow. A pun joke.
Honestly,
Yes.
pretty good.
Yeah.
And that was a high pressure situation.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
I feel weirdly okay right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's like exposure therapy.
Yeah, that's good.
No, I thought I'd be a lot more nervous, but I'm actually really okay.
Are
That's
you
great.
sure?
You're great.
Yeah.
Just don't look into it too much that we clapped instead of laughed.
I laughed.
I laughed.
I chuckled.
I chuckled.
He did. Hey,
It's
Jade.
really worse that you're explaining that you thought it was
Hey,
funny.
Jade.
No,
look at
we
me.
liked it.
Don't listen to them. They all got shot at last night.
I'm
No.
sorry.
Just me.
Only Eddie got shot.
It was just me.
Hey, we weren't
speaking
there.
of
We had a
which,
short
Oh yeah.
run.
Speaking of which,
would you like to try and heal this last point of aggravated damage?
I
I can
You
help.
do have a hole in your thigh.
I do.
I also practiced, and I got the wound closed.
You did.
I did.
And you're saying you can help me close mine? I don't know if it works
don't-
like that.
Oh.
Oh, you weren't
not?
offering help.
I was offering help.
Oh,
Can I
Yeah,
not?
lick his wound.
Is that not what we did?
we don't know each other.
I think
that
it's
well.
separate. It's
Oh,
a
I'm
different.
sorry.
It's a
Yeah.
different kind
I've
of.
known you longer. Can I lick your wound?
Whoa.
We can talk about it.
I wasn't gonna like lick
That was
it.
not a no.
I was gonna offer like.
I would like to try to heal that.
Make 3 rounds checks.
Yes. 2 successes, 1 fail.
Right, you just get to hunger 2, you're fine.
Great. Hunger
just
2,
something
and
to make
it closes up, right?
Yep, fully healed.
So there's what we do when we feed, right?
Immortals.
And then there's fixing ourselves.
Yes.
How do you do that?
Well, you
Is that kind of like turning off?
kind of yeah.
Well,
yeah. You think about
it's
it really hard,
More like turning on.
and the skin knits itself back together.
I guess I'll find out if I get hurt.
Just try not to.
Can
try
I,
not to.
while this is happening and you're kind of debating this, while I heal, I grab your hand and just squeeze it. I don't know. I just hold your hand while I close that wound.
I keep talking
You
like
feel
I'm not
the-
noticing it, but she's squeezing super hard back.
You feel the muscles knit back together and the skin stretch and slowly close over the bullet wound in your thigh. It's not pleasant, but it does feel better once it's done.
I start that with my eyes closed really tight, but then I actually make it a point to watch it as it's happening.
It's not easy to do this. It takes a lot of effort.
And I'll pull my pants down and do that if I have to.
Huh? What?
Huh?
What?
I mean, I'll just, if that was in my thigh, so I'd like,
Oh,
do you have
right.
boxers on?
huh?
Do you wear underwear?
Yeah, what's the underwear situation?
It is briefs, baby.
Nice.
All right.
It gives you a lot more support.
Tidy whities. Wow.
No, they're not
Oh,
white.
interesting.
They're black.
Uh-huh.
But you do get the wound healed.
Woo!
Do you all head to the destination?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll drive.
Shotgun.
Wait. What do we need? Let's make sure. And I start
security.
rummaging through stuff.
Okay.
I need you to pull your pants back on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do we need to make
I'm not
anything?
usually the one that does that. Someone else does it for me.
God. You get away with a lot because you're cute, don't you?
I just keep pushing it until I can no longer get away with it.
So that is a yes.
That's
That
how
is
I
a
learn.
yes. That's long for yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What do we need? Guns.
So yeah, we have guns.
do we have any like bulletproof vests or helmets or anything?
You
like
absolutely do not.
That? Yeah. I wish we did. Maybe someday we will.
I think there's a couple of wizard hats in the back.
You are in a
Useful.
theater that is rarely used.
Yeah.
You
The
have-
Wizard of Maz.
There's an amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat back here.
Yeah.
If it's gonna do anything.
Is there
Jeffrey and the
anything-
Technicolor Dreamcoat.
We're watching a crate. Is this another warehouse operation?
It's a
Yeah,
warehouse.
it is a warehouse where crates are stored, and they're just asking you to
Just watch one.
Watch a
watch
particular
one specific crate that is in the back left corner of the warehouse.
Okay.
Hey, Jade, can your special eyes see through objects?
Oh, I don't have special eyes today.
Oh, that was just got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 No, I drank it. I drank.
I understand.
So.
Just gonna throw a bunch of random stuff in the bag.
As you know, every time you all feed, depending on the resonance in the blood of the person you feed from, your abilities change a little bit. So today's abilities are not the same as yesterday's, and tomorrow's will be different as well. Another thing you cannot count on, and another thing that will always change.
All right, I'll drive your shotgun. You already called it. I heard
I already
it.
called it. I feel like I should get that all the time.
I
car,
agree
right?
with you. Yeah.
Well, that's the point of calling it then.
So she gets
Right, that's
shotgun
me.
all the time.
Ask
Got
Kitty
it.
in the corner.
All right. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm not even listening.
Jade,
What?
we're gonna focus up tonight, okay?
Yes, Jade.
We're
Yeah.
gonna stay hidden, and we're gonna protect this crate.
I mean, if I don't have to move anything from anywhere and I could stand still, I'm gonna do so good tonight.
And if you see any cameras, we're gonna what? Hide our face.
I already have it.
Yeah!
This is my B and E.
That's like 3 jokes.
And I just want one more thing. Whatever you see, tell us.
Yeah. Okay. I think I feel particularly good today, but I normally I'm pretty good about knowing if someone's
And again,
keeping us.
we had a bit of a tough time last night.
Yeah.
We solved the problem. So if
You
we're
did.
going around to the group, don't get fucking shot again.
Yeah. Talking to you. We're on the same page.
All right.
Okay, you all get in the car. You plug the address into the GPS, and you make your way towards the destination. It's a little farther than the job was last night, but you make it there easy enough, nothing crazy going on. Just a leisurely drive there. You get out. This warehouse is not in the middle of a residential district. This is kind of in an industrial area, sort of in the more northern part of the valley. And it is not a lot of people around. There's the gate is open. You've been expecting, you are expected, is what I meant to say. You can pull in and park your car. And you go on inside.
Is there anybody like working at the warehouse or anybody we have to like clear with
Chicken.
or anything?
Not that you can see.
Okay, gotcha.
The shutter, and there's a big warehouse sliding, similar to where you were last night. There's a big rolling shutter. It's locked, but the door next to it is unlocked.
Okay.
You walk inside, and it's a warehouse full of crates, nondescript, place for storage. Seems for industrial use and different companies wanting to store machinery or unused product or anything like that. They're labeled with barcodes so you can walk around and scan them and find out what's in them, but none of you have that equipment.
yet.
And as you walk through, in the far back corner, there's a very large crate. This is what you're sent to watch.
In this warehouse, are there multiple levels, like a catwalk above or anything like that? Or is it all pretty much one level?
There is a catwalk.
Okay.
This is a much taller open room than the previous place you were last night. This is very in a kind of more expansive picture, maybe not as big, but kind of like an airplane hangar.
Yeah.
Like a big room, but it does have catwalks that go across the top.
I think that Jade and I might be good from up there if we wanted to hide out in a vantage point.
That's a good call.
I'm gonna try to find a place to access the catwalk. Are there ladders or stairs or?
There are. There is off to the very, if you are in the back left corner of this warehouse, on the far right corner of the same wall is a staircase that goes in, kind of back and forth up to the catwalk.
Either of you have firearms?
Yeah.
Oh. You do, yeah. Okay. There.
Come with me.
Okay.
Great.
I'm better with my hands.
Fair.
And we'll scamper up.
Okay. You guys go upstairs.
Yeah.
There's plenty of places for you to kind of position yourselves throughout the warehouse where you're not directly in line of sight. Like you're not standing in front of the crate.
Right.
You know.
That we don't want that.
Yeah. So there are plenty of places for you to be and around and just kind of you kind of set up a patrol route for all of you to kind of just keep walking and like keeping a relatively low hush. You can still speak. You don't have to be dead silent, but it is, your job there is to just be here to make sure no one takes or fucks with this crate.
I have something. I lean right up against the crate and I turn invisible because I have Cloak of Shadows tonight.
Whoa.
Let's go.
Nice.
Great. As long as you do not move, you will stay invisible.
I'd like to take a look at the crate and see if there's any markings or anything on it.
You can take a look. There is a barcode like there is on other crates. The writing on the actual box looks to be written in like a Cyrillic, and using that kind of alphabet.
That kind of alphabet. That's interesting.
One backwards out.
Well, I'm got something.
Yes, you do.
You do have something.
Yes, you
you
do.
do have something. You do have something.
I have a thin blood alchemy formula that is Mercurian tongue.
That's right.
I would like to think that I've prepared a couple of these. In my
you have one
days.
prepared, yes.
Great. Then can I use this ability that I have
You absolutely can.
called Side Hustler?
Incredible.
What does that
That it allows me to once per a scene, I believe. It lets me basically say, I happen to have a thing that's perfect for this.
Yes, you can absolutely use that to say that you have prepared a dose of mercurial tongue.
It needs to be, so what it does is it allows me to speak the native language of the mortal whose blood I used in this formula. But I live in LA.
You do live in LA.
I got a lot of different blood samples of different people that speak lots of different languages.
I'm the only
Because
prepared one of us.
because you have that particular trait,
Yes.
I will say you could have prepared one dose that does have a language that uses the Cyrillic alphabet.
Cool.
Great. Wow.
So funny.
Sick.
Great. I mean, let me rephrase that. I don't mean that I have an entire refrigerator full.
Right, right.
You do.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
great. I'm not gonna drink it yet.
Yeah.
Okay?
I turn my phone on and I use Google Translate. Like, what do you? Okay, anyway, click. What does it say?
It has a bunch of some of it is just
live in the
random numbers and letters as machine language sort of coding.
Yeah.
But there is on the box, it does say fast track delivery.
Okay.
And it is you don't see anything unusual, it's just a regular shipping label. It doesn't say what's inside of it, but it has that tracking and it has the barcode that I assume, or you assume, would tell you what was in it. Were you able to scan it and have the machinery that told you what was inside of it?
God, I love puzzles so much. What if I spent my time on patrol doing our job looking for a barcode scanner?
You can absolutely make me an intelligence and investigation check. It is difficult, though.
I'm not a wizard. Okay, but here's the thing. I got 3 successes.
Hey!
You are a wizard.
You are a wizard.
Never not a wizard.
We've always
I will keep that in mind as you patrol.
Cool.
You use the.
Yeah,
What language
I
is it?
explain, like, okay, this is fast track delivery. The rest are symbols that help people that know these codes to track
Got
what it is.
Do you know what language it's written in?
Cyrillic alphabet, can't.
The language and where it's from that is on the side of the box is Bulgarian.
Amazing. Bulgarian.
Good to know.
How fun.
Called it. That's definitely what I thought. Bulgarian.
First try
Yeah,
every time.
Oh, so you can read Bulgarian.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
ESL problem.
Yeah.
You all spend some time. Minutes. An hour passes as you all are just doing your job, having little conversations as you walk past each other. You two are hanging out on the catwalk. This is part of the job that is objectively boring. It is a time where you've been hired to do a thing that requires you to sit around and wait because you are getting jobs that are at the bottom of the rung right now. You are at the bottom of the food chain. You are given jobs that no one else wants to do, and one of those jobs is to sit on your ass and watch a box until the sun rises.
I thought I had married well enough to not have to do shit like this.
Anytime you walk past the box, I just go like,
Ah, God damn it. And then I activate Silence of Death. And just hear mouthing cusses walking away.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be off to the side on ground level,
Okay?
and just kind of listening to see if people are approaching.
You don't hear anything. It seems very quiet. And after about another hour or so, you hear a car pull up outside.
Did you hear that?
Now, the asphalt outside is pretty rough. It's somewhere in the Badlands between asphalt and gravel. So you are hearing
crunch, crunch, yeah.
as a car pulls up.
Should I check it out?
Quietly.
There is, up in the catwalk, there is a small kind of half sort of skylight
Yeah.
at the very end towards where the front door was that you can make your way across the catwalk and look out the window.
Great, that's what I would like to go do.
Go look.
You take a peek out the window.
Yeah.
And you see a very nice old car, an old style Rolls Royce pull up. Pulls up very slowly,
Old money car.
parks,
Old money car. We're echoing back down.
I
parks.
ding you in the Discord. It's quieter here.
There.
It stops. And then there's a pause. No one gets out. 30 seconds. A minute. Minute and a half.
Is it still there?
One of the doors on the driver's side opens. And then something strange happens as you're looking at this car. When the door opens, just this kind of almost like low-laying fog leaks out of the car, but it is dark. It is darker than the night around it. And it just spills out the side of the car. And then everything around the window darkens.
I
you
put
can't-
trouble in the Discord.
And you can't see out the window anymore.
Since I already know that I've conveyed trouble to Gable, she just sort of slowly backs away from the window and puts up Cloak of Shadow.
her own.
Okay. You don't hear anything.
Do we know how much we're getting paid for this?
Ooh, great question. Did he put the number?
He didn't. You are getting paid. You did put the number. You would determine, from your perspective, the number is not even remotely enough to get into a fight.
Done.
Over this.
I put that in. You know what? No, I don't put it in the Discord. I yell it out to the group.
You're getting about, for the night's work, you're getting about, 10K.
But split
between all of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not dying for $2,000.
You still have Silence of Death up.
I unmute my Zoom.
You have mute.
I'm not dying for $2,000. And whatever's doing that is scarier than that ugly motherfucker that didn't offer us enough. Keep that in mind. Do what you need to do. And I put Silence of Death back up, and I hang back to see what comes in.
So for a while there's no sound, but if you look towards the front door, you do start to see that smoke drift in under the door. And then you just hear as the door opens, and this little wave of black fog comes in the room. And then you see these sort of insect-like black tendrils go as a woman in a beautiful evening gown, hair tied back, beautiful makeup, dark black hair, completely pallid skin, shoulders silver, a little beautifully intricate rosary is carried into the room on a cloud of black smoke and tendrils that walk her into the room. And she just glides through this warehouse, walking right up to the box. I need all of you to make me a stealth check if you would like.
Even the invisible people?
Even the invisible
quiet ones?
Even the invisible and quiet.
Yeah.
I am taking that into consideration.
That's one success.
One
Go on
success.
like
One
this.
success.
One success.
One success.
Oh my God,
successes.
guys.
Wow.
Oh.
4, 5, 6, 7.
7 successes.
Wow.
Wow.
So,
He is the elf.
Eddie evaporated.
to remind me, you
3.
are upstairs,
I'm
with
upstairs.
your Cloak of Shadows.
Yes.
You are right next to the crate.
I'm right next to the
With
crate
your Cloak of
with my
Shadows.
Cloak of Shadows.
You are all spread out throughout the room. You have your silence open, and you have both have 1s. You have 7. You have
One.
1, and you have 3.
Yeah.
The woman glides up to the box. You barely hear the sound of it's more of a wind than any physical touch as these tendrils just carry her up to the box. And then the way it's almost as though this shadow is kind of coming from the small of her back and from underneath the bottom of her long, very tight dress. And it kind of leans her forward over the box right past you. You cannot move or you break that stuff.
Don't move, don't move, don't move.
She leans down over the box, just missing you.
I want to study her face.
Completely, almost as though it were carved of marble, has not moved. It's not a mask, it is her face.
Yeah, she's
But
just-
she is just staring at the box, has not moved a muscle in her face, and is almost like just a carving that you would see on the side of a church. Bends over the box. You see she reaches out her hand, and a bit of that blackness comes off the tip of her finger and just slides between the cracks of the box. She then straightens, clasps her hands back together, stares at the box for a moment, and then the shadows turn her. And she walks back out through the front door.
As she's moving, Gable shakily pulls out his phone and tries to snap a photo of her, making sure his sound is off.
Smart. Smart.
You take a photo. The moment she entered the room, this immediate sense of dread, as though you are mice and a fox has just walked in the room. It is a primal fear. It is a knowledge that this thing is so much bigger than you and so much worse than you. And it glides back across the warehouse, goes out of the door, and then the door just shuts behind it. You hear a car start and a car drive away.
But the box is still there.
The box is still there and appears to be completely untouched. You,
Yeah.
as you were standing in the front of the box,
Yes. Yeah.
and the woman was bending over the box.
Yeah.
She bends over, she touches, she stops, she raises up, and you see one eye go and wink, go back, and she leaves. That's what you yourself saw.
Yeah.
Like a chameleon.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
One eyeball.
One eye moved,
Yeah.
not the other.
Yeah.
Just one went
Yeah. Yeah.
and went back.
Yeah. 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 Wow.
I've sprinted over to you the moment that door shuts.
Yeah, I immediately like come off the box and out of
Okay. Are you okay? Yeah. What happened? What'd she do?
She saw me.
You think she saw you, or you know she saw you?
Saw me, dude.
You were invisible, and she saw you.
One of her eyes just.
Oh, at you? Oh, so why do we think she saw you?
Yes.
We gotta open this thing.
We gotta
What?
open it.
So
No,
she
no.
put something in there.
Okay.
That's
She put
not
something
our,
in there. Okay.
That's not what
That's
our
not our
job
problem.
is.
Our job was to protect the box.
No,
Somebody's
our
in
job
there
was
that
to
we
make
can't-
sure the box, as far as I understand, that nobody takes the box.
We have to protect the box.
Yeah, we
It looks
did.
protected.
Something's been. It's not protected. Something's in there that shouldn't be in there.
And you hear the clink clink of the metal stairs, so just like as I'm running down. I got a photo.
Okay.
Shut up.
Let's look at it. Let's look at it. I want to
And
see.
I'll open
it
the
shows
photo.
up.
And all you see
No.
is static
No.
and corrupted pixels.
Okay.
Yes.
And in one part of it, as though you can kind of still vaguely see the shape of the darkness, you cannot see any features. It is just black and then corrupted pixels around, except in one part where about her thigh would be. You can see a face looking right out at the screen.
I think I'm gonna die in 7 days.
No, don't show me.
Oh, that's good.
I'm already
I
dead.
do see it.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Do I know what that means? Do I understand?
Make me an intelligence and occult roll.
Oh my god. She saw me.
So she knows.
She looked me right in the eyes and winked.
She didn't do anything.
Nope.
She didn't.
That's a failure.
But she knows
Okay.
that she looked.
You
She saw you.
don't know what that was. You've never
I've
seen
heard
anything
stories
like that.
of other things and stuff, but that's
You know
not
there are other
making
things
sense.
other than vampires and kindred that exist in the world, but you don't know what
some
that
of
was.
Some clans, but it's one thing to hear the stories about
Yeah.
them. It's another thing to see something and have that not connect.
Yeah.
And that was too unsettling. You said we're dying in 7 days. We're already dead, and that still unsettled me.
There is no change to the box. There's no evidence it was touched, other than what could have been a ghost showing up. Nothing has changed. What do you do?
All we saw was nothing. Why? We don't have to. The box is fine.
You were the closest. You know.
She put something in there.
Did she put something in there, or did she?
Right.
What exactly? Like visibly, what did you see?
She put this shadowy thing
in the box through the wood.
Are we still talking by the box? Because I'm going to now then take you away from the box, so we continue this a little bit away from that.
You think it's a bug?
I don't know what it is. We don't know what it is.
So you know, you at least suspect that whatever's in there is a problem.
I think whatever is in there is none of our business.
We should tell Robert, though.
No.
We should just tell him when things happen and we see something, we should tell our team.
Who do you think
It's
our
a
team is?
teachable moment.
Robert might know who she is.
Exactly.
Robert, I know who she is, but listen. The way I would need you all to understand that we're the cockroaches.
Yeah.
We're the cockroaches.
Speak for yourself.
And look, we can't open that because now that becomes our problem. It's not been tampered with. We leave it as is. And if we decide to share some information, then we need to all come to an agreement. I just saw mist. And I know that's over my pay grade. And if we want to say what we saw, we have to be careful with what we admit. And we have to come to an agreement.
How long is it going to be like this?
Yeah.
What?
How long is it going to be like this? Is it always going to be like this? Are we
Yes.
always just really?
For the rest of forever.
I'm not doing this forever.
To an extent. It's a power game.
But we can't get any more power, right? We can't ask who hires us for things. We can't ask any questions.
I don't know that much, but I think there is ways through to get better
Power?
and stronger, but
do
we
you
have to
want?
be discerning. We have to be discerning with who it is that we try to approach and make. You have to be careful with who you decide to tell everything to, because knowledge is one of the best currencies in this space.
Okay, well, we know that there's some super powerful, potentially able to see invisible things, kindred,
Yes.
who may or may not be able to be photographed, and who has the power of shadows and maybe also bugs.
Yes.
Okay, and we're not supposed to tell Robert that we saw her because
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that we need to come to an agreement on what it is.
If we tell Robert, he yells at us for not getting our job done, maybe throws us shittier jobs,
And we don't get paid.
Yes.
and we do this forever.
Right.
Or, hey Jade, you're very perceptive.
Yeah.
Do you remember what you saw on the license plate of the old money car? Because I think I'd like to make a better friend.
You and I are on the same page.
I would like to try and remember and dictate the shapes I saw. I definitely know
She
some
doesn't
of
have
those
a
shapes.
phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
She can't take up.
So you're gonna make me.
Well, at that point, it's like I know what a circle
For
is.
sure,
Right,
for sure.
right,
she
right,
knows
right.
like there's two circles on top of each other.
Make
I
me
know some.
Seeing,
some
like, you can
right
recognize
knowledge.
letters.
make me
It's
a
just
wits
not a-
and awareness check.
Okay.
What's your pitch to this woman? If she is a woman.
Well,
3 successes.
You are absolutely able to remember the shapes on the plate on the back of the car.
Shapes.
You write them down
You are
and you
brilliant.
give them to Katie.
good work.
Good job.
Look,
Good job.
Yeah.
we can track her car.
They're champagne colored.
She was next to ours. Again, she has access to us.
Yes,
If we were a problem, I think she would have dealt with us in the room.
absolutely.
The crate was being guarded for a reason. Was this the very thing that we were supposed to prevent from happening?
There was no way we could prevent it.
Yes.
As Gable says this, it kind of becomes clear to all of you in that moment when you say that there is 2 options that could be true here. One is that you were sent here to guard something that no one thought was that important, that someone was paying to have guarded, and something way above your pay grade showed up. Or
They sent us
someone
here on
hired you
purpose.
all to send you somewhere way more dangerous than they let on.
That.
Yep.
And I'm going to give, like, that is everything Katie is operating with right now. We were just thrown under the bus for $10,000.
Were they expecting us to die?
Probably.
I think the the assumption about us is that we're stupid and impulsive, and I think they would have expected us to try to confront this.
1 out of 2 ain't bad.
Okay, so that's 2 jobs now where we're being set up.
I do think we're being set up. Who tripped the alarm? We don't even know.
I didn't.
Yeah, I believe you.
I did see a camera, but I didn't.
I know.
But then everything was bright.
So the plan now is to wait here as scheduled until sunset and then deal with it later?
Sunrise.
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 I think so. I think we finished this job. As far as we understand it, the crate has been unharmed. The crate is still there intact. It's not been opened. It's not been moved. And
What did she put in there?
we don't know, but what if she comes back? Because I
I'll hear her.
think you're right, Katie. Right now, best case scenario for us is we recognize that right now we're potentially working for 2 different people. So I would like to complete this assignment in a way that we remain in her good graces. She already knows that we're here.
Did you find a barcode scanner?
You do find what looks to be a scanner.
I pull it out of like my pocket and sling it. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Nice.
Very cool. Let's scan it. Let's see what's inside.
You scan the barcode,
And it goes, brah.
and the little bit of information that comes up, other than just like technical things that
Yeah, like
the
weight,
actual
height.
the weight and height and dimensions of the thing, and is that it is meant for a natural history museum.
Is it the size of a coffin? Or could a coffin fit in here?
Yes. What are the dimensions?
A coffin wouldn't necessarily fit in there.
Got it.
Okay,
It's more of a square.
gotcha.
Okay, yeah.
And there's like slats between
It's
the wood.
it's
that
wood,
she's
yeah.
like,
It-
cool.
it's not wide. I mean, it's paper thin.
Sure.
The area, the slats between the space between the wood, and it just slid through.
I'm going to use my phone as a secondary light source. Go, hey, Gable, can you take a picture exactly where Naomi thinks that tendril went in?
Yeah, yeah.
See if there's something remaining, if we can see corruption in the photo.
Hopefully she didn't fry my phone. And I'll try to do exactly
The
that.
phone still works, and you do take a photo.
What do we see in there?
It looks like a photo of the box. You don't see anything weird until you zoom in super close to a very specific spot, and there's about a few pixels that are a little. But other than that, it looks perfectly fine.
So she has tagged this.
Ah, that's what that means.
I don't know if Robert will be able, or whoever he's working for and with will be able to tell, because I can't tell if kindred can tell when other kindred at things.
Yeah.
I don't know how fucking magic works, and the smoke lady is still freaking me out.
Yeah.
But I don't think I don't know how long we get away with lying that everything was fine.
I agree.
Then I think we should definitely leave this box alone and convey what would have been impossible for us to
We
do
couldn't
anything
stop
about
it.
anyway. Is that okay with you?
I want to know what's in the box so bad.
I would love to know what's in the box, but what's in the box is probably very dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to know what's in the box bad enough to leave LA forever?
You spend the rest of the night on watch, although you have this feeling that unless she's coming back, that's the worst thing you're going to see tonight.
That's the worst
You-
thing people see any night.
You go through your rest of your evening and into the early morning hours, and the sun starts rising. And as you know from your message, as soon as sun comes up, you're
Get out
able
of
to leave.
Yeah.
You all walk out and watch the sunrise as you're leaving.
We're just
And it
fiddling
is-
over here.
A strange juxtaposition of what it used to be. The night is now beautiful and full of colors, and the morning is full of blinding light and uncomfortable feelings and a slight burning sensation. And as much as you miss the day, this is not a substitute, and it does not feel good. That is where we're going to end our episode for today. My name is Alexander Ward. I've been your storyteller.
I'm Mayana Barron. I've been Naomi, the Thin Blood.
I'm Luis Carrazzo, and I'm Eddie.
The Thin Blood.
The Thin Blood.
Oh yeah.
Are we
gonna
doing
do that
separate
every
times?
time?
I don't know.
We'll just do it at the end together. And together
We're
the
Thin
Bloods.
Bloods.
Hi, I'm Gina DeVivo, and I'm playing Jade, your resident baby tooths. Along with
I'm Xander John Ray playing Gable, the capable one.
That's the K-gibble.
Capable.
Kegels? And I'm Bria Iyengar playing Katie, who's looking to trade up.
And thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time on Private Nightmares.